everybody. A case where if they do to me, they can do to anyone. In many cases, people in the country, what millions in all parts of the world, America, in from instances, all over the world into and a president, fascists that don't want to do about it because he could today, he could, but he's not. They're destroying our country, and they're very much against saying they want to raise your taxes by 4 times. They want to stop you cars. There's mandates impossible for you to get a car or afford a car, but make it very kind of to build cars. It's a problem we have through experience. We had a conflict. There's never been a more under a gag order. We've never been under no presidential gag order before. I'm under a nasty gag order. Thousands of dollars in fines. Think of it. I'm the leading lot, and I'm leading Republican. But I managed together. Total confusion with the White House and the DOJ done by maybe as people know, Biden knows because, but he has used his name done Washington and anything like it. So we have a judge. You know, nobody wants to write about it, and I'm allowed to talk. I do. He said. So we'll play that game a little to talk about it. I hope you do. Any like this is the trial. We weren't allowed to election expert for any circumstance. You saw some of the witnesses that they're literally crucified by this man who looks like an angel. He looks nice and soft. Seems like such a nice man. No, unless you saw him in action. You saw that with a certain witness that went through. And when we wanted to do things, they got everything they wanted. It's a new change. We could have a fair trial. Get it? We want a judge change. And honestly, he didn't ever see a DA, a failed DA. Crime is rampant in New York. But he's really New York. Yesterday, with his Eddie. Imagine even a Eddie wielded store. They're eating and they brag his trial. I think crimes. They're sound bad. To me, it sounds very bad. But to me, when they say false bad thing, I've never had that before. You know what? It's the first degree. Falsifying business, right? At legal expense, totally legal. Expense. keeper without any knowledge correctly, a very highly respected. She marked it down in the books as so a legal expense. A lawyer is a legal expense in the books. It, construction, the thing. It's a, think of that. This is what the, and I said, what else are you going to call it? Now, I want to testify. The thing is, as soon as you testify, if it was Washington, it'll get you on something that you said slightly wrong. But I didn't care about that. But they allowed me into everything that I ever in this case, everything, which is, in other words, you could go into every he ever did. Was he a bad boy here? There? What I wanted to do is testify simply on this case, because I would have liked to have testified, but you would have said something whack like beautiful and actually raining out, and I very much appreciate the big crowd of that's incredible. The level of support has been incredible. The whole thing is legal was marked down as this is my that I committed, supposed to go 7 years for. When you have all over this city that no business is with that. I can think of any business person things that theory again, let's destroy his life. But I'm out there and out there some constitution. It's very important beyond me be allowed to happen. Other would never be allowed to happen. Far beyond me. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than the president. People understand it because out the Daily Mail. This one came out done last where I'm up 6 points. From what we were really substantially, we're up 6 points. Come out and it says something. But a lot of people have predicted, understand, and they understand this is it shouldn't have been a venue. We shouldn't have had that judge. He should have allowed us to have an election expert, most respected expert, head of the federal. He was set to testify. He was waiting for 2 days. And when his turn, people protest, and the judge said you can't testify. He actually can't testify to do with the trial. You can say, well, that doesn't help. Everybody knows that. But testify. He wasn't able to testify. Other people, with these people, able to use salacious. And nothing ever happened. Anything. Nothing happened. They were could be. And it had to do with the case. Politics. Just the timing. Perfect. This case was dead. It was dropped by every agency, every governmental board. It was dropped by the highly respected Southern District. They said case here. By federal election. That's what this is about, a federal election, state election. You're not even allowed to look at it. And they went into a federal election. Southern District case. There wasn't a drop. And when Bragg seen who would have a certain person like this said this is essentially one of the worst ever. Craziest. Then I was running for president, long time to read this case. Who was responsible was also a man who destroyed the life of a very good man. Went once, and then they said he died. I looked at the statements he made. In fact, he did something again. With me for many years, he was a honorable, honest man. Look at what he did. There's never been anything like the education of his over car and his income. I don't know how many people said, "Oh, gee, I have a." How do you even? You do have to report it, but say almost nobody does about it. This, but put him in testify. He went to jail. Put him twice, and he's old. That's. But I'm 77. Ever say we have to have a little for this man because they just say, but maybe I'm better off that way. And he made a plea deal because he wanted to spend the rest of his life, and he was told that we're living in a vicious state. He was told that vicious. So you can get 15 years in jail, so do a plea. Who wouldn't do that plea? Everyone does. There's a whole group of lawyers that fight that. It's so unfair. But they do. So look at district didn't want to bring the case. Nobody the case. And then you all brag. Didn't brought it. To make a legal expense. Again, if I wrote lawyer, and by the way, this was a highly qualified lawyer. Now I'm not allowed to name it. Sleazebag. Took me a while out. He was a. He did. He wasn't like to use. He was a lawyer at the time. A fully accredited. Into trouble. Not into trouble. And he tabs and medallions. Money. He pled. Elections. And as soon as I saw that, I did that. He pled. He took a deal because he wanted to a plea deal, and I want to get off to make it in district. And the worst week I've ever seen on any human, other than that was written on Coleman, the Inspector General, a very good Inspector General, actually. It was so bad. This one was possibly worse. The Southern District didn't let it. He said it's hearsay. I said, this is about the man. For a very simple reason. With borrowing a lot, I don't know if it's banks, but something happened. You guys know it. And then in addition to the three things, he wasn't guilty. In fact, they were going to head of the Ed Smith. One in the test. He took a plea. He in because that gave power with respect to me. But the three having to do with election, having essentially a little bit with me, they weren't crime. Weren't crimes. Or is money under an NDA. So we have an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. It's a big agreement, totally totally good, totally everybody has them. Every company has non-disclosure agreement. But the press called it all sorts of other money. It's called the non-disclosure. And most of the people in the room have a non-disclosure agreement. It's a so hush disclosure agreement, legal. Everyone has. What happens is disclosure agreement. It's totally honest. The payment could you don't have to make it. You can make it any way you want. Disclosure. And he signed. There's nothing wrong with it. And case, and everybody said it was okay, including said until I ran for polls, I was leading the Democrats. I was leading everybody, and it's a very thing happening, and it's a thing that I'm on it. It's not that it's very and businesses, but I'm honored to be involved in do it, and I'm will be very honored to be involved in fighting for our country. The money was paid legally. In fact, the lawyer in creating, because this time I was a fully accredited lawyer, fixer. I never called him as a fixer. Media fixer, or the prosecutors called him a fixer. He was a lawyer. And he was fairly good. Later on, I didn't like, for instance, I didn't like that one president went around and made deals with companies. When I heard that, he was gone. And he had payments to him, and a lot of this involved things that are very simple, standard stuff, all standard stuff. There was no crime here. I just watched a couple of the Jonathan Turley, Andy McCarthy, Greg Garrett, these people, Mark Levin, very talented people, many more. Know me, essentially. They don't know me. They're scholars and experts. But I look at them saying, there's no crime here. Everybody says there's no crime here. For this DA that's got this out of control with, it's absolutely. We have an NDA that was legal expenses. Here, on legal expenses, you have 100, they say, they do a charge. I just recorded falsification of records. First, sounds so bad. I said, lawyers, I because they say legal is, well, that's allowed. And bring it up to a felony. The other thing is they missed by, because this was very old. They could have statute of limitations. Now let me give you this good. Last we morning, we apologize. I'm wrong. That's somebody that I'm. They raised all like 21, $53. $38, a record $30 million area. No, I like to speak. Because I guess it's backfiring. Have it backfiring legitimately, not because they did things they shouldn't be doing. They shouldn't have brought this case. They were saying it this morning. It should not have been brought. Andy McCarthy every league is a great people. The other thing just came out, maybe be bad. Just a little while ago, did you read the Daily Mail? Today, Daily Mail just came and has Trump up sports in the last 12 hours, 6.6 points. Who thought this could happen? The people of our country know it's a hoax. Know it's a hoax. They get it. You know, they're really smart and really something. So we're going to be appealing this. Be appealing it. Allow us to talk. You wouldn't allow it. The tyrant. You got to see anything like it. It was in he demanded the courthouse clear the people here, and it was in the media. Was anger, amazed. He was, and Bob Costello acted a little, which I think he has a right. Was why being objected by the I didn't understand. I did it many times. And I was saying, and these, and he anybody treated that way by a judge, by two other judges, all the same thing, and it all white and the worst president in the country, in the history of the country. Incompetent. He's the most president. He's the most dishonest president I've ever had. He's a Manchurian candidate. You look at the way he, China, Russia, so many others. You know, I ended the pipeline. It was dead. He comes in and it proves $1 million, meaning $3 million is paid to the family. His wife. And I said, where did and the only way they think they can is by doing exactly what they're doing right now in the ballot box. That we're going to fight. Actually, I don't know. It's I'm wired to way along impeachment hoax from the Republican Party. Number two, and they formed the committee, the J6, and they took the record after it was abandoned because those records were great for us. Now, did that? Every unselect, I call it the unselect. But the they meet 100 past Republicans that are no longer in business anymore. Thank you. But it was all Democrats. and crying at him on television. Emotional human being. And he said, two people were our rep. All the stuff that they want to tame, look at the records, like where the police said and the Capitol Guard said that I said of it, that I recommended as many soldiers or National Guard as you want. 1,000. If you had 500, you had a problem. But so they have taken all of that. I attacked the Secret Service in the front of a strong people. Supposedly, driver. And he rebuffed to the guy back body. Young, 40 years, 50. And then he's a black belt. From they would have gotten actually said you shouldn't dispute office. Should have let that go off. Happened. And that was they deleted and the ounce of it. Government, country are open, closed very soon. November 5th, to be the most country. They say that people are waiting for Trump.com. Everyone's watching right now, DonaldJTrump.com, because it really makes a difference. They have money on the other side. I don't know where. Nobody knows where they get money. Not on the side of our country. In many ways, I think that country. Who on earth want borders? People in from countries unknown, from places unknown, from languages that we haven't even heard of, people, languages where people have ever even heard these languages. French. People coming from of the globe and are not good people. Many levels of terrorism, record levels of terrorists have come into our country. Record. They've never seen anything like it. You know, there was a report that in 2019, I don't believe this, by the way, that he gave it. It was for me, believe it or not. 2019 recorded the. I don't believe that. I possible, but they had 18. But they said our country. So let's say we're levels of are pouring our country. China, with just a last money, looked at them on soldiers. They're almost all from exercise. Stoves. They have phone. The best you can buy. What's in our country now, right? In our country, and I and a judge and knowing that it's very dangerous, and I don't mind because I have country and to save I don't mind. So continue the fight. Again, very simple. Fight. I watch Biden. We're going to make America great again. America great again. $6 trillion to be for the ever for oil. After here, crime-ridden, the cities. 3 years ago, reported a 7 crime in the last year because all of the and the and now come in Venezuela. They've been emptied to the United States. Criminals and have been taken out of the city, brought into the United States, and that's with many other countries. It's just released a lot of people from jail. Congo, Africa, just released a lot of people from their prisons and jails and brought them into the United States of America. This is what's happening to our country. Well, anyone like our little, because you have tents and you have living in the fields of it. Take 3 hotels. Our great veterans, dogs that are in 3 hotels all over our country, run by Democrats. So this, it really is. It's a very, but it's a great honor. And the support has, that's $39 million. That's why we're up a lot over the last. It was a rig. Again, we're going to make before. Remember, there's the most in the history